Hello and welcome to our first Dreamweaver website design project. In this series you'll learn how to build a complete website from start to finish using Dreamweaver CS6. You can use your own images and resources for this project, or if you prefer you can download all of the project files shown in these tutorials. You can also get the complete series manual in printed or ebook format along with the high definition video tutorials from wizibooks.com. In our last lesson, we inserted some hyperlinks to external links for Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, and some internal links via our top nav navigation. And this would be a good time to see how they're working. So I'm going to press F12 to open the web page in Google Chrome, and we'll test one of our external links. I'm going to click on the Twitter logo, and when I do, that link takes us to the login page of Twitter. Now, you'll notice that if we was a visitor to our website, we've actually left our website and gone to Twitter. And that's not always a good thing. We would want to keep our visitors on our website as well. So a good plan would be to open up the Twitter window in a completely different window, leaving our website still in the background. So I'm going to click the back button and go back to our website. And let's see how we fix that in Dreamweaver. Switch back to Dreamweaver, and we want this to happen to all of our external links. So we'll start with Facebook. I'll click on that, and down in the Properties panel you can see the link to the Facebook website. Just underneath that we have the target property, and if I click the down button we've got a list of options. I'm going to select New, so that should we click on that icon, it's going to open up a new page for Facebook, but it's going to leave our website open underneath it. I'm going to do that for all of the external websites. So we'll change Twitter, make that new, and also YouTube, and we'll make that a new page as well. I'm going to save this, so we'll say File, Save All. And we'll switch back to our preview and refresh that. Now if I click on the Twitter link, you'll see that our website is still open in the background. So we've got a new tab up here now for Twitter, but our website is still there in the background. So when our visitor decides to close this web page, they'll come straight back to our website. Now at the moment our internal links are formatted with the browser's default formatting, so they're this blue color. And if I click on Gallery, that will take us to the gallery page, but as yet we've put no content on that page, so it's a blank page. Let's click the back button, and you'll notice now that Gallery has changed color. It's become this purple color, and that's because the A tags have different states. A link is formatted as blue, but a link when visited ends up being this lilac color to signify that we've actually visited that web page. And if you notice, when I click on it, the text itself will change to red. So if I click and hold my mouse button down, you'll see the text is turned to red, and that's called the active state. I'll release my mouse button and we're taken off to the gallery HTML page. So let's go back. We don't want to use the default colors here, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up some CSS to format these in the way that we want them to display. So let's switch back to Dreamweaver, and what we'll do is we'll switch over to the CSS code window, and to save a little bit of time I've entered some selectors in here already. So I've got the A or anchor selector, and here I've got the link. This is the standard color, and at the moment we can see it's this blue color. We've also got a visited state, and that was the purple color that we saw after we'd visited a page. The active is when we're holding the mouse button down on it, and we don't see that very often because we simply click. The focus is there for those who prefer to use the keyboard, and this would normally be formatted the same as the hover state. Hover is when your mouse is actually hovering over the link. So we can specify the colors of our text by making changes and adding rules to these selectors. Now I've pasted this code up into the top part in our reset section, and that will then become our default settings for any other links that we add to our page. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but underneath all of our links is the underline. That's another default setting of the browser. It underlines the links as well as changing them to this blue color. And we want to get rid of that underline. So we'll do that by targeting the A tag. And in there we'll simply type in text decoration none. And when we click in our preview window, you'll see that that underline disappears. Now we want all of our link text to be white to match the rest of our page. So this time we'll target the A link selector, and we'll simply type color, and we can select the color by opening up the color palette, and we're going to make our text white, and the hexadecimal code for that is put in there. We'll finish it off with a semicolon, and then when we come across and preview, you'll see that all our text turns white. Now we don't want our text to change color when it's been visited, so we can simply copy and paste this value into the visited section, and that way our text won't change color when the link has been followed. Now our finished website shows yellow text when we hover over them, and we're going to set the active, the focus and the hover all to yellow. So again, I'll start with the active and I'll type in color, and again we can come to the color palette and select the yellow. We'll finish it off with a semicolon, and then it's a case of copying and pasting this bit of code into the focus and the hover. So our standard link color now is white, and it will remain white when we visit the pages, and our active, focus and hover is now going to be yellow. So now let's come across and click, and you'll notice that there's no change here when we're hovering over these, and that's because we'll need to preview this in the live section. So if I switch to live view and then come across, you'll see the text now changes to yellow as we hover over it. So we'll switch live view off, we'll save these changes, and let's quickly nip across and look at our finished version. As we hover our mouse over the links on this page, you'll notice that the background color changes as well. So the text changes to yellow, and this background becomes the dark grey that we've used for the outer div. So let's see how we apply that. We'll go back to Dreamweaver, and what we'll need to do here is to target the list item hover state. So I'm going to scroll down to the top nav section, and what we're going to need is a new selector. So we'll make a bit of room underneath that, and we'll type in top nav UL LI colon hover, and we'll open and close our curly brackets, and in there we'll place the code to change the background color. So background color, come down to that, press enter, and we're going to make it that dark grey color, which is #333. We'll finish off with a colon, and then we'll come and save that file. Let's have a look at our preview, refresh that, and now you can see that our text changes color and also the background changes color. But if you notice, just as I'm hovering my mouse over the list item, the background color changes, but the text doesn't change until I actually hit it with my cursor. And what we want the text to do is to change to yellow as soon as we hit that grey area. So let's go and make that correction. We'll switch back to Dreamweaver, and we'll add a very slightly different selector. I'm going to copy this text and paste it in underneath, give ourselves some space, and on the end of the hover I'm going to type A. So now we're specifically selecting that anchor tag within the top nav section. So I'll press tab and open and close curly brackets, and in there we're going to type in color, and this is going to be the yellow color, so that's FF0. Finish off with a colon. We'll save that one, and then we'll come back and preview. So refresh, and now hopefully when we hover our cursor over the list item area, you'll see that straight away that text turns to yellow. We don't need to actually be hovering over the text for it to happen. It happens as soon as we go into that area. And let's just go and click the gallery again. So up comes our blank page, and we'll step backwards, and you'll notice that the gallery text has not taken on that purple visited style, it just remains white. So we've formatted our hyperlinks, and now we're ready to start creating templates, and we'll do that in the next lesson. If you found this series of videos helpful and you want to receive updates on video tutorials as they're released, why not subscribe to my channel? And don't forget to like and share it with your friends.